Welcome to Heaving Bosoms, the podcast where two best friends recap romance novels while betraying each other like sneaky snakes. Hey HBs! This week we're finishing up Ne'er-Do-Well by Alexandra Vasti. But before that, I need to tell you about the bonus feed. This Friday, Sabrina and I are releasing a bonus episode in which we take some BuzzFeed quizzes together and chat about the journey. It takes us down some strange and fun roads. We've got some wonderful people in our Patreon community, and I get to shout out a few of them right now. Welcome, and thanks for being the most beautiful fellow Gopher haters. Sammy G, Stephanie M, Regan T, Kate B, Kristen B, Kathleen, Hannah, Becky C, M, Ronique B, Bianca L, and Mac. Oh my God, Mac, do you have a Mac Halo? Please tell me that you have a bicycle helmet that's just covered in lights. This week, we're back with the second half of Ne'er-Do-Well by Alexandra Vasti. At the end of our episode last week, our couple had just been caught making out on the floor by the entire dinner party. And as a result, Selene announced their very unexpected engagement. Here we go.
Hello again.
Hello, Benedict Arnold. Hello, Brutus.
How did I not know?
Hello.
I was like, you said, I was like, do you know what? If we did do banner, do you know what you would banner about? And you were like, oh yeah. And how did it not cross my mind that the stuffed gopher would be the banter?
Hey, listener, guess what? If you need a Gopher Gate update, turns out the call is also coming from outside the house. And it's fucking rude.
Listen, look, okay? Listen, Linda. I was asked my opinion, and I gave an opinion, okay? Uh-huh.
And then you colluded on sending me a package. A package from the wonderful BFF of the pod, Mary, maybe number one listener, Mary.
Honestly, I'm shocked that Mary still gets the number one listener, potentially, title after this level of betrayal.
I am not in the business of changing facts, Sabrina. I am not in the business of rewriting history to suit my own purposes. Mary's been with us since day one, and she's fucking wonderful. But God damn it, Mary, boy,
I will tell you, I don't have any regrets because I colluded, and you got a stuffed gopher, but I got crushed Oreo bits and one of those keychains that makes the whole world look like Twilight 2008 masterpiece.
Yes.
So I don't.
Oh my gosh.
I have no regrets.
No, I hear you. She sort of put a soothing balm on the treacherous gopher stuffed animal that was sent to me in the form of a family pack of Oreos. So, that was very kind of you, Mary. I appreciate your care in the presentation of this fucked up stuffed gopher. Okay? But yeah, then Michael was home, and it was one of those times where he was like, what did you order now? Because sometimes I accidentally order things on, the Amazon account he doesn't see.
Accidentally.
Anyway, yeah, accidentally.
Oh no, my fingers slipped and now I have 2 Amazon packages on the way. Okay.
Anyway, so I was like, I actually don't think I ordered anything, and I don't think I'm lying to me or you right now. You know, like I really don't think I ordered anything. And then I opened this bullshit up. And Michael immediately started snuggling with that gopher with the cheesiest, most
those pictures were
smile on his face. Ugh.
That was one of the cutest pictures of Michael I've ever seen in my life. So it's
the smile of a traitor. So
maybe that's why it's so cute.
Anyway, best package I've gotten in a long time. Trolling is my love language a lot of times, so I also accept it as love.
I will say, I would like when I opened up my messages and it was Mary asking me to pick between like 5 different stuffed gophers. I did immediately start cackling. I had 0 questions about what the purpose was. I was like, man, I can't wait to hear about Melody's new housemate.
I want to be mad for the bit, but I really did laugh so hard.
I could see in the picture that you sent that you were trying really hard not to bust out laughing.
Trying so hard. Yeah.
Yeah. You might be able to fool like an extremely, extremely unobservant human being. You might be able to fool a rock.
Okay.
With the look on your face in that photo, but everybody else, the rest of us knew that you were giggling. So there's that.
Oh boy, yeah. So, hey, listener, because of bullshit and other stuff, this, obviously, book has turned into week 2. So welcome to week 2 of Ne'er Duke Well. I have no regrets.
Yeah,
so there's
none.
that.
Yeah. This book, frankly, this book is. The book does still, in fact, exist. You can go read it yourself. And if you enjoyed last week's episode, I hope that you went now and took a gander at it because the book is fantastic. In fact, so is the second book too. Second book equally as good.
Yeah. Loved the second book. Anyway, okay. So when we open up, they are officially betrothed as of like 30 minutes ago. And she has told him that she's going to show up at his house this evening because she has to tell him something.
And because she's a sneaky little snake of a old-timey history lady, she gets on her... Oh, my God, it's so cute. Apparently, she bribes her lady's maid with, like, treats and goodies.
And extra wages. But the most important part is this French pastries.
Well, this time around, though, the lady's like, you don't even have to pay me extra.
No.
I don't need anything. And then she pauses and she's like, actually, I will take the pastry, though, because my sister does love those pastries. But it was just very cute.
Very cute, yeah.
What's her name?
But also important to Emmy.
Do you remember? Okay.
Do I know her name? Is it Emmy?
I have no idea. It's just you remembered
or Emily
other side characters, and so I was curious.
This is a wild development.
I was just very curious where the steel trap ends.
Like how far it goes.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How far down into the tangential characters it goes. Let's find out. So anyway, okay. And this is hilarious. Okay, so 2 things are very important to me that I found out in this scene. One is that because she's going out and like in a clandestine manner, she has to wear one of her like shitty dresses. It's a dress that is not fit for a duke's sister.
No, it's working class, like servant.
Yes.
Dress,
and one of the most important things about that is that it's a dress that does not require stays because she can't lace them up by herself. And she apparently doesn't make Emmy dress her for her clandestine activities, which make the happenings in the rest of this scene even better. And I just had to make a note of it.
Oh, I whimsied that hard. I was just like, yeah, you can do that position in whatever she's wearing.
Oh,
sure. You can do that.
Alexandra Vasti specifically says she doesn't have to wear stays in this dress because she can't do them herself.
How many times did you read this book now?
Look, it might have been 3.
I was curious if you read it a 3rd time since we last recorded.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have. So, okay, she gets over there and runs into his, like, manservant. Really, he's his valet. It's not Henry, is it? No? Okay, so that's apparently where my tangential character knowledge ends.
So you remember the upper crust, but not the serving class. Okay.
I remembered Emmy. Go shut your face.
I'm kidding. Obviously, I'm joking.
Yeah. What is his name, though?
I think it's like Hughes or Hayes or something like that.
Yeah, it's Hughes. I'm pretty sure. Or
yeah,
Hugh.
It's one of those.
It's Hugh. You're totally right. So I was in the H range, you know?
Oh, yeah,
good.
you were
pretty good. I didn't say Pollyanna or something equally ridiculous.
I mean.
Anyway.
That's. Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed. So anyway, she shows up and tries to get up to his rooms. And she's like.
Healthy ride or die. Just by healthy, loving ride or die here. Continue.
So she's like, the Duke's expecting me. And Hughes looks at her and he's like, I don't think so at all. Like, I really don't think so. And she's like,
yeah, it's the middle of the night.
Yeah. And she's like, look, man, I'm probably going to be running this shit soon. So, like, take me up to the Duke, please. And thank you. And now. And he's like, okay, I know a scary lady when I see one.
Hey, you remember how last week we talked about earworms and songs?
Yeah.
Yeah, so long ago that we recorded
So long ago.
I'm really upset at your choice of words about 3 seconds ago, because would you like
scary
to know
lady?
The earworm that's stuck in my head now?
Yeah, I really would.
Take me out to the ball game.
Oh, that's great. Why, though?
Because you said, take me to...
Please and thank you, and now? Take me to the Duke?
Yeah, and I don't know why, but my brain immediately was like, take me to Duke Peter. And like usually like my brain just starts like, I just love throwing. And yeah, so now as you're talking, I have the delightful soft, when I say soft, I mean loud, very loud in the back of my head. Take me out to the ball game. Yes. It's terrible. Continue.
Wowza. Yeah, so Hughes is like, don't worry, here we go. I'll escort you right there. And he takes her to, I don't think the Duke's bedchamber, but definitely his study.
Yeah, it's like his personal salon or something like that.
Yeah, it's an intimate one. This is all I know. And so
it's one that has like a big cozy armchair, importantly.
Yeah, importantly.
Don't ask questions, listener. We'll explain.
Yeah, exactly. Just hold your fucking horses. Keep your pants on. They can come off in a minute. Not now, though. So he comes out and he is equally bewildered because apparently when she said, I'll come to your house tonight, he didn't take her literally, I guess. I don't know. But she's like, this is actually a really good, vote of confidence for my future husband because it really seems like women do not arrive here in the middle of the night on a frequent basis. So he takes her into that salon and she's like, Peter, I have to tell you something. And it's bad. It's horrible. And if you don't want to marry me after this, I want you to know that you're under no obligation whatsoever because it is so terrible that you didn't know about it. And so you would be betrothing yourself under false pretenses, essentially.
By the way, there's no way that this man was not sitting there thinking skin suits. She has a closet full of skin suits.
What? No.
She makes it out like this is the worst possible thing ever.
Yeah, but she's an England Times lady, like an upper crust lady. He probably thinks to himself, she's not a virgin, maybe. Although he wouldn't care.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. Like, all of the normal things that an England Times dookie boy would be like gasp about.
Yes.
he's not going to give a shit about. And there's no way that this bananas little gremlin of a human being is not like going to the most insane possible thing. He's like, oh my God.
You know what?
You bathe in the blood of working class women to stay young. You're secretly 150.
Yeah. You're doing that fictional Batavian Duchess thing. Fictional-ish, yeah. I mean, like, she was real.
Yes.
Batavian? That's not right. Romanian? I think Romanian.
I mean,
Countess?
they're the most attractive people ever in the whole world. So probably.
Sure.
Don't you remember?
Why not?
That was
yes, a Romanian count.
Yeah.
Is what it was. Is that why I've come up with a Romanian countess? Is that the
I just think said. So. I mean, she was definitely from that genre of the world.
She's from an Eastern European country for sure.
Genre of the world. Yeah. I'm going to just live there. That's how I live, It's
too late for this, honestly.
You know what? It doesn't matter. Ultimately, she was definitely from one of the 7 islands on this planet.
That's right, Georgiana. Absolutely. So, yeah. What? That's a hat. I have identified a hat. Okay, so she looks at him and she's like, that circulating library that talks a lot about clitorises. And he's like, vaguely? Is that like the Emerald Bound Books one? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, I've heard of it. She's like, well, I run it. I am a duke's sister who engages in trade. Mm-hmm. And then also has curated an entire library for women to learn about.
Revolutionized the entire women's movement of the early
sexual education.
Yeah, and sexual education for the early 1800s. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I say like partially the women's movement because she does also we find this out more in the second book. But she the Belvoir Library also has pamphlets that they give out for political radicals and things like that. So it's she's literally revolutionizing politics and sexual education and just look at all of the things that those touch,
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So anyway.
And he is delighted. He's got this big old smile on his face and he's like, Selena, that is so impressive. That's incredible. What an amazing thing you do. And she's like, Peter, no, focus. Think about the children. If this scandal were to get out, we would never be able to bring Lou out in society. And he's like,
I don't think Lou wants to go out in society.
Yeah. There's no way Lou's ever going to allow us to make her a debutante. That's not happening.
Lou is definitely more likely to take over a small series of islands somewhere, actual islands, not the big islands they call continents.
Sure.
Yeah. She's more likely to go take over Scotland. Or
she's more likely to become a privateer, like they talk about later on. Lou is rad and not in the debutante way, Mm-hmm. So he's like, I see no problem with this. And she's like, but you would be ruined. And he's like, then we can be ruined together.
Hey, this is just a soft call into the void.
Okay.
Alexandra Vasti.
Yeah.
If you're listening, I know Melody and I have already expressed our interest in a 4th book involving Iris. Yeah. But if you felt like doing a spin-off series, series that's the second generation, because I would never say no to
a Lou book,
a Frank,
Freddie.
A Freddie book. I would love a Freddie book.
Love a Freddie book.
I feel like there is
I feel
space for a Daphne and Nicholas's children book.
Oh, sure.
There's just a lot of options here.
You've made a lot of space for yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you would like to claim that space, you let us know.
And just, polite. Just lay it softly. This is just letting you know that their interest exists.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue, Mel.
You know what I also think, in addition to privateering, I feel like Lou has a future as a manager.
The first female prime minister? Oh,
well,
sorry,
sure.
Continue.
Sure, but mostly a manager for like a competitive pugilist. You know? I feel like Lou would nail that. Nail that ish.
I don't remember any of the details, but there was a protest at some point that involved maybe women's rights or women's suffrage of some flavor that happened sometime between 1870 and 1970.
No.
On a podcast that I listened to that I learned about, where there was a group of women that were essentially the muscle,
Hot.
for other women, and they knew how to do either kung fu or judo.
Okay.
Or some flavor of martial arts. That's what they were explicitly trained in, so they could whoop ass without weapons.
I'm highly interested in this subject.
Yeah, I'll need to go find the episode.
Please. We'll link it in the show notes if Sabrina or I can find it.
I mean, to be fair, I'm catching up on this podcast right now while I do other things, which means I have gone through about 100 hours of podcasts in the last month. So,
but I don't know which podcast it is. That's the best start. All you have to do is look at the back catalog.
I've been listening to that's not fiction.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Anyway,
right.
Yeah, but yeah. So Lou, I could see Lou doing that.
Absolutely. Yes.
Lou would be very happy. Lou would be very happy to be the muscle in women's rights in general, but also explicitly as it corresponds to being allowed to have weaponry in public.
Quite. Yeah, most definitely.
Continue.
So he's delighted. He's like, wedding is still on. I don't want, because she's like, I am a liability. And I know that you're doing this because you want to get the children. And he's like,
also,
okay,
because
well, point of
otherwise
order.
She's ruined.
Well, no, but even before that, he makes sure to be like, hey, just FYI, that is not the first reason I'm doing this anymore. Like, if you were any other lady, yes, that would be the one, maybe only reason that I'm marrying you.
But that's because I was saying that's what's Selena, in her head.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But because you're Selena, I'm marrying you chiefly because you're the best. And I will just try my very hardest to be good enough for you the rest of my life.
Oh my God, it's so cute. And then he finds out, though, that he's like, but do you want to marry me? Because I'll let you out of this. And she's like, yeah, I do. And he's like, but you said no.
Yeah.
And she's like, I did it to save you.
Yeah, it's not that I don't want you. I do want you, Peter. And then his eyes get all hot and stormy, And, ooh, it's on TM, okay? So they start making out hard. And then he starts undoing the bodice of her dress that doesn't require stays. And so her boobs flop right out.
It's getting a little nipply up in here,
Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, yeah. She gets her first tongue on a nipple in her whole life. And wow, it's a new revelation for her that is, I would say, fundamental,
I don't remember super vividly, but I think that there's definitely some, like, touching. And then oh my God, I do remember this, though. He does touch her intimately.
He gives her finger bangs her. What?
Yes.
And then he what?
Very importantly, he licks his fingers at some point in this.
Right, in her face. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and then I
while
think
she's
he makes
in his lap. Because he's sitting on a chair.
In her mouth.
Oh, does he feed her? I know that somebody licks her cum off of his fingers.
That. Yeah. I think it's
no, because no. I remember when she tastes her own cum in the Office scene.
Oh,
when she's teasing him.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he discovers that she really likes it when he tells her what he's going to do to her. And he's being like, you're so beautiful and like you're perfect and you're all the bullshit. Like it's so good. She comes like a freight
he's like,
train.
you're so wet for me. And when like I finally penetrate you, like she's so into it. And like,
yeah.
Fair.
And whomst among us?
Same, you know? Girl.
Come on.
We're only human, you know?
Yeah.
We're only human. We're only horny. Okay?
That's right. That's right. So then he's like, I'll have the carriage brought around and then I'll take you home.
No.
And she's like, Peter.
Whoa.
No.
Whoa.
That.
Please fucking hold.
I'm sitting down.
Because I highlighted this whole set of things because I was cackling so fucking hard. Because as you stated, I will restate, whomst among us. Okay?
Oh, yeah. Please.
Because she comes on his lap. Her heartbeat was slowing now, but she could still feel Peter's thudding sharp and strong against her back. His muscles were tight, even as his murmured approbations were soft and easy. Oh, dear Lord. She had, and he hadn't. What was she supposed to do? How was she meant to approach it? She had seen references to licking, stroking, larking, whatever that meant. But how did she do it? And now that he knew about Belvoirs, would he expect her to be good at it? Belvoirs. Thank God she had Belvoirs and at least 7 key volumes from the Venus catalog secreted in her bedroom, plus another several dozen in her office at the library. She needed books. She needed detailed descriptions and full-page illustrations and possibly a series of diagrams if such a thing existed.
Yes.
And then, listener, she does promptly hop off his lap, and he's just left there with a raging boner. Yeah. Confused as all hell because she like launches off and starts doing up her dress and she's like, well, that was
nice.
fun. We'll figure out the wedding stuff and have a good evening. I'm going home now.
It was good.
Delightful. And like, frankly, okay, Melody. So I recently had a date / an experience.
Okay.
And I had a very similar experience because like I'm not going to say I've had a lot of sex, but I'm not going to say I haven't had a lot of sex with, you know what I mean? You know?
Sure.
And I realized, what do you do with a dry penis?
What? I
realized.
Wet?
But I'm not going to put my hand on your penis and then put it in my mouth.
Right. Yeah.
And
lube?
We're not familiar enough when you're like frotting on the couch, you know?
Okay.
On a new day. Well, so specifically a new person, right? So it's we've discussed safe sex and all that jazz and like where we stand as far as everything is concerned, but also like I don't know you well enough, right? Like that's a level. And I realized that I'm extremely skilled at vaginas. Okay. When you're at that point of sexy times. But I suddenly realized that I've never played with penises that have not already been somewhere wet.
Sure.
Like I grabbed on and I had a record scratch moment, Melody, where I went, this isn't self-lubricating. This feels like I'm going to rip your fucking skin off. Why is your dick so dry? The answer is penises are dry.
Yeah.
Shockingly.
I know.
And it never had crossed my mind. Until that moment. And I went, oh no, I am out of my realm of expertise. Anyway.
So you spat on
listener, heaving bosoms podcast at gmail.com. If you have, thoughts on what to do with a dry penis. No,
yeah,
I didn't spit on it. We just ended up frotting and all of that jazz. It was lots of fun.
Okay, fair enough.
But anyway.
Yeah, let us know what you do with a penis if it's dry. I mean, my answer is lube or spit. I think that's my answer. Yeah,
I would have done lube, but there was no lube. It wasn't my house, Yeah. And so it wasn't just like natural to reach over and, open. I don't know where other people keep all of their secret lube stashes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, so now it's wedding times almost. They're like getting ready for the wedding, but because it's so last minute, like everything is costing a fortune. In order to get the date of the wedding that they want at the church that they want, they have to donate a stained glass window and send the couple who originally had that date booked on a European honeymoon in order to, like, you know, make it okay for them to usurp that date. Oh my God. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, and then, like, her
By the
dress,
way, all I could think, though, is, like, a European, like, honeymoons in that time for, like, the upper crust and, like, the fucking taunt are, like, 3 months long. They go on, like, a continental tour. I was like, God damn, that's all expensive fucking bribery.
I know. I mean, yeah, that's, when it's expensive to a duke, like, that's a whole different ball game that I don't even think I can fathom. You know? Mm-hmm. Like, if it seems expensive to a billionaire, I don't know how to compute that in any tangible way.
It's definitely more than, it would definitely be more expensive than, like, 100 people's and, like, lifetime earnings. The average person in the U.S.'s average lifetime earnings does not reach over, like, I think it was a little horrifying to learn. It's like something like 1.6 or 1.7 million or something like that, like the average person in this country. Yeah. And so, like, expensive to a billionaire. Horrifying.
I mean, for example,
that's a lot of fucking money.
That's too much money. For example, she says that her gown is, because it's being made in the 10th of the amount of time it would normally take, the seamstress is charging them 30 times more than a fancy-ass gown would cost regularly. That's banana town bonkers, Sabrina.
So I did clock that because I did think to myself, how much would an extremely expensive wedding dress cost? And then I couldn't bring myself to Google it in modern day money because I just didn't want to know. But now I'm asking you, how much do you think that would be? Not the 30 times, but, like, an expensive wedding gown.
Well, like,
just base cost.
I'm not a great person to ask this, but I think a Vera Wang could get you, like, a $30,000. $30,000. I feel like a say yes to the dress, like, a regular ass person has spent a cool $12,000 on their wedding dress. Mm-hmm. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So 30K for the record, times.
No, I can't do that math. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing 30. That for anybody.
It's a lot. It's $900,000.
It's $900,000 is what it is. And I refuse that. I won't. But I am also the person who spent $350 on my wedding dress.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Because I got it. It was like the equivalent of, like, a Poshmark, you know? Like, somebody else owned it, and then they were reselling it. I don't think it was ever worn, although if it was, more power to you. But yeah, it was originally like an $800 or $900 dress maybe, and I got it for $350. Great job.
That's amazing.
Great job. Thank you.
Having a little main character moment. Love that.
I am, yeah. Check me out. Look at me go. All right. Also, she gets a crimson dress for Lou. And that was one of those moments where I was like, Selena, you're a good egg. You're a good egg. You're letting Lou be Lou. Well, it's because
Selena sees Lou.
Yeah.
Selena sees Lou and lets Lou be Lou, and it's really sweet.
It's really sweet. And now it's wedding times, and the way that the wedding chapter opens is Peter thinking to himself, they were a force of nature, not in the bedroom. He didn't know anything about, like, what they would be in the bedroom, not that he hadn't thought about it for every waking moment over the past however many days. But he didn't know yet whether or not they would be a force in the bedroom, and so he had to think to himself, we're a force of nature in other places, too.
To be clear, this man is battling a boner for the rest of the book. I just need you to be aware of that, listener. Like, every single thing that happens in the rest of this book that we talk about, just know that this man is secretly in his pantaloons going, chill out. Because he thinks literally everything that Selena does is the sexiest thing that's ever existed.
Including, but not limited to, the scratching of her quill upon parchment at one point in the book. Just the sound. The ASMR of her writing lists.
Hey.
I'm not throwing stones, for the record.
Okay, I was going to say, do not besmirch the sexiness of somebody writing it a competence boner to the extreme. Okay?
Absolutely. Especially when you're simultaneously reading their sexy marginalia.
Erotica.
Marginalia, Sabrina, specifically.
That's a erotic word.
I know, right?
Marginalia.
Yeah. And it just means the notes you write in the margins. That's a sexy Chewbacca situation.
That's a sexy, yeah, that's a sexy Chewbacca for sure. Anyway. Is that a prompt this year? Chewbacca
I think
pinup?
so. Yeah, Chewbacca pinup. So they go to the house and he's all of a sudden frozen and very nervous. And she's like, Peter, what's going on? And he's like,
Hey, I live in a bachelor pad. I have a mattress on the floor, which means I'm going to dick you down real good.
Yeah.
Probably the best sex of your life. But also, I don't have a headboard. The mattress is on the floor. This is actually just an extremely large, unfinished fan of a home.
Yes, yeah. This is just truly
so
a shell of a mansion.
And she's like, well, what about your servants? And he's like, you mean
funny
my
you
cook
should ask.
And Hughes?
That's all I got.
And she is waiting. He's like, cook, maid, valet. That's all you need, right?
Uh-huh. And she's like, oh, okay. And when she walks in, there are darker places on the wallpaper where paintings used to hang, so there isn't as much sun damage.
And oh my God, this is so funny to me. The reason that there's nothing in this house is the last decade that this house in England or London existed when his father was Duke. He rented it. And when people rented it, they would just leave with the furniture. One of the only reasons that the master bedroom, the Duke's bedroom, still has a bed, a bed frame, is because it was clearly built in that room.
There was
and
no
could
moving
not be taken apart to remove it from the home. Oh my God, it's so funny. And oh my God, Selena, this competent badass, rolls in, looks around, and she's like, okay, all right, Emmy, tomorrow we're going to go find help, and we're going to go shopping. And the Duke and I are going to share a bedroom. And it's
Everyone
fine.
is aghast, including the Duke, but he is delighted as well. He's like, how have I hit the jackpot with my wife? She wants to sleep with me? That's incredible, he thinks to himself. He's so excited. I bet she doesn't snore, though, Sabrina, I taped my mouth shut last night, and then I nose snored. Why, though?
I don't have an answer for you, Melody. Oh my God, Melody, I found out that it's a thing. I didn't realize that was a normal, common thing.
What?
To tape your mouth shut. I thought
it?
I had never heard of people doing that. Yes, I found out that 3 of my friends do it. There's special tapes that you can buy and wear.
Oh.
So for example, there are some that are little X's that are skin set, and they do the thing. The most horrifying one though is in fact it covers your entire mouth like a mask.
Yeah.
And then there's this little hole in the center for a straw. I don't like it. I don't like it. That's too uncanny valley for me.
I don't have that phobia of holes, but I think looking at that would give me the phobia of holes.
It's not a hole phobia.
No, I know.
It's not a hole phobia at all. But yeah, no, same. Literally the minute I imagined it, I was just like, no, actually.
Okay, so there's specialty tape. That's good to know because I did just bring the Scotch tape from my office to my bedroom.
Wait,
I've
you
been
used
doing that
Scotch tape instead of medical tape? Duct tape? How about the tape that you can put on your body for injuries? That's skin safe.
Yeah.
It's in every first aid kit, Mel.
Is it? Is it useful? Is it really gonna stick all night though? Because shockingly, the Scotch does. I just can't put like my moisturizer on that particular place on my face. I've been scotching it up hard. God. Look, it was an experiment.
Okay, my friend sent me the link for the ones that they use. I'm going to send that to you. I think it sounds like you could use it.
Well, it sounds like it doesn't fucking matter. Listener, the behind the scenes of this, the inside baseball situation here is that I saw on the second season of The Queer Ultimatum a conversation in which one lesbian said to the other one, "Do you snore?" And the other lesbian said, "No, but I do tape my mouth shut." And I thought, oh my God, I can stop being a sleep terrorist to Michael because it's like a new thing that's been happening with me, and it's really annoying for everyone involved. So I was like, I'm going to try this newfangled thing that apparently is common practice in certain circles. Check that out. Mm-hmm. Anyway, please don't send me the one with a hole in it, because at the very least, the hole is going to be too small for my camelback.
Have we talked about the fact that you keep a camelback next to your bed before?
I don't know.
Is this like a gerbil situation? You can just like lean your head over and be like,
normally,
just, take a chomp and suck it down. Like, do you have it hanging from above like a gerbil water IV?
Yeah, I did a whole rigging system. No, normally I like crane my head up and drink, and then I put it down and lay back down.
The way that you were just saying drink made me think milk.
Milk.
Milk. It's been a while since we had a milk.
Man, when is that 5th book going to come out? You know what I mean?
Shush.
Anyway.
I know. I've been...
it's fine.
It's fine.
No pressure.
It's fine.
Everything's fine over here.
This entire episode is just a soft beseeching to a couple of authors that we really love, you know?
Yeah.
While we're at it, I'm looking forward to when you ever come back, Susan Trombley, you know? I'll throw that out there while we're talking about authors that we love and books that we can't wait for, you know? Anyway, moving on.
So they're like going through their day, and he's like, it's so weird that we haven't boned yet, you know, but also totally understandable. We've been doing things. We had to eat lunch, you know, a whole deal. And then he's walking around the house and he hears someone sobbing in the portrait room situation. He thinks to himself that he thought rather uncharitably that he hoped that it was her maid or someone else, but it's not. Mm-hmm. It is, in fact, Selena, his new bride.
Oh, my God. And when he walks in there, he's like, Selena, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that I don't have furniture. And I'm sorry that the house is empty.
I'm sorry that being married to me is already terrible. You know, I thought maybe it would be okay at this point.
He has gassed at her flabbers so hard that she is like mid-cry and like still tearing up, looks at him, and she's like, you think I'm crying about the lack of furniture? And he's like, well... obviously.
Yeah, and he's like, and it's not just the furniture, it's what it represents, which is that I'm a hot mess and you shouldn't be married to me because you're way too good for me, is what he's thinking. Yeah. And she's like, the furniture is just stuff we can get. That's no problem. My issue is that my twin brother wasn't here for my wedding, and I also wasn't there for his wedding, and I really miss him today. And then Peter has the revolutionary thought that, oh my God, not everything is about me. And this makes me even more of a shitbag. That my first assumption...
Like, if you're gonna feel bad about anything, Peter Kent, Duke of Stanhope, it's that. You've landed on the thing. It's so really funny. The only thing you've done in this entire book that you might need to apologize for is in fact this. Buddy, the furniture is fine. You're richer than Croesus. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy.
She'll have all the perfect things in 2 days. It's cool. Yeah, so then they start canoodling on against the wall, and it's hot. And then he, I think, finger bangs her again, and she's like, oh my God, that's the second orgasm of my life. Incredible. And then he says, Selena, let me take you up to our bed. And she says, no, I need you here. And then he says to her, but more to himself, gentle, I'll be gentle with you. And then they dick down right there against the wall.
Hilariously. While this is happening, okay, a couple of things happen. Her head pushed back hard into the unforgiving plaster. By the way, because he does go up on her in this scene.
Yes.
Peter, she choked out. What are you doing? He lifted his head. His eyes were dark and heavy lidded.
That's so funny.
Pleasing my wife, I hope. You're doing it wrong. His lips curved and curved until he laughed. God, he said, God, I'm mad for you. Hold fast, and then we'll see who's wrong. Because she's like, what are you doing putting your mouth on me? And it's delightful and adorable, and I loved every second of it.
And after she comes like a freight train, she does in fact concede that he was not wrong. She was wrong.
Also, then hilariously, after that, he's, standing back up. He tastes like her. They're making out against this portrait gallery wall again. And then she's like, man, I really want to get my hand on that dick, bro. And I guess they never really, I was just thinking, I was like, they didn't discuss how to handle a dry penis,
There was no instructional portion of this scene for poor old Sabrina.
Yeah, where's my Belfoir's library?
Poor old Sabrina. Yeah. It's not like you have access to the entire internet.
The internet, yeah. Oh my God. I almost want to know what Google AI has to say about what to do with a dry penis.
No. Yeah, that's mildly terrifying.
Google AI is egregious, but I can only imagine. Anyway, so she's like, oh, stupid garment. All of the books that I read to prepare for this, and I can't even get these pants off. And he's like, he's like, don't worry about it, because he's giggling. He starts giggling into her neck. And she's like, don't you laugh at me. And he's like, no, I'm thanking Providence for this delay so I don't spend in my smalls. They're just so cute together. Listener.
So cute.
And then he's like, we should go upstairs. And she's like, Melody, I have the quote for you.
Yes.
Because he says, now we should go upstairs. No, the door is open. It's a good thing you have no staff. And then he looks at her and he says, you want this here? And she says, I want you here.
Oh.
And he's like, slow, he said, as if to himself, as he looked down at her small, high breasts at his cock caught in her hands. I will take you so slowly. She pressed her back into the wall, lifting her leg around his waist. I will make you ready for me, wet and desperate and greedy for my cock. She wasn't shocked by the frank speech, but she was shocked by how much the words thrilled her. And his palm, and then he cups her and she's all wet because of what he's saying. And he says, do you like that? His breath was hot in her ear. When I tell you what I'm going to do to you.
Ooh.
And it's great.
Hard yes.
No notes. It's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
then he does put
they end up having sex against the wall.
Great Uncle Fester's face.
How do you... It's not Fester, but that's close. What? It's Francis. Yes. Francis. I'm just... You're really a steady in contradictions, Mel,
Don't I ever. Don't I ever know that.
You are just such a fascinating little creature,
Thank you.
Sometimes, I wish I could, how sometimes you, meet somebody or you read a book or something and you're like, wow, what I wouldn't give to just, dig around in your brain for a second, Just, a glimpse. And, I would love just to, peek the top of your brain open, your skull open and just,
check out how things are running in there. Ooh, terrifying. Anyway, so now they're living life and stuff. So we get a few different things. I think the most important thing next is that the children just show up, right?
The next morning. Yeah, they're in bed and they're actually about to bone down again. And then they end up showing up. Like, Hughes is, like, knocking on the door, and Peter's like, go away. And he's like, away. I don't think you want me to do that. And he's like, go away. And he's like,
something
the
is
children
actually
are
on
here.
fire. And he's like, well, Lou might set something on fire.
Yes. And it's so cute because, like, they scramble to get downstairs. And she's also, this was so funny to me because she's like, oh, he's looking for his smalls. And then he just whips his trousers on. And she's like, how have I been in charge of the Belvoir Venus catalog for this long? And it's never occurred to me that men sometimes just walk around with no underwear. They're just flapping about.
I didn't know that it was a possibility that there could just be men out there with no small clothes on.
Which is fascinating. It's so fast. That's just so funny to me because, like, ma'am, based on this time period, if I'm remembering correctly, I'm pretty sure you have split pants under.
Ladies are just pussy out. Yeah.
Your dress. Yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, you have some flavor of, like, undergarment on, but there's just a giant slit down the middle.
Yeah. The security's not great in that area for them, you know?
Yeah. It's just fascinating.
Security's pretty lax with their undergarments.
So anyway, they do. And oh my God, Selena takes it all in hand so well because she's just like immediately she's like, oh, we were about to go shopping and now you're here. And so you get to have an input on your bedrooms.
But just to make sure that listener knows, the kids show up because Great Aunt Batilda died. And so they don't have a state-sanctioned caregiver anymore. And so they were like, and so we came here because we didn't know where else to go. And Selena's thing, yeah.
I found where the line is drawn.
Is it? Is it Great Aunt Rosamond? Is that her name?
Yep. That's exactly her name.
Yeah!
Batilda.
Look.
That's a bold first option.
Is that a name?
Like, that is Batilda?
Yeah. I feel like it might not be a name. I know Matilda is. And I know
Matilda
Belinda is.
Belinda is.
I don't actually know that Batilda is.
You know what? I don't know that Batilda is a name. You continue. I'm going to do some quick and fast research on that.
Okay. Yeah. Please tell me what Google AI says. Anyway, so
I don't use Google. I'll have to.
I know you have it turned off. La la la. I know. So Selena is talking to him, and she's like, "Peter, this is a really good thing because they came to you of their own volition. That's going to look great in the Chancery Court." Is Batilda a name?
Apparently, Batilda is a name. It's Germanic, according to thebump.com.
Oh, hey.
The origin is German. And it means woman warrior.
Oh, wow.
Batilda as a girl's name is of old German origin, and the meaning of Batilda is woman warrior, and the variations are, you know, BATH and BAT.
Nice. Cool. All right. Well, that's good to know. Good to know.
Wow. Yeah. Critical information for this book, you know, for context.
Incredibly important. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So they do all this shopping stuff. Lou is trying to be an asshole about it and, like, be snotty with Selena. And Selena is just, like, really kind about it because she understands where, like, the, you know, all of the claws are coming from when it comes to Lou. Mm-hmm. She's feeling really insecure. She doesn't know what to do, and so she's lashing out. Meanwhile, Freddie is like, Lou, God, keep it together. Like, just get excited about side tables. God.
All I can do is think about, like, the antics they would get up to together in their books, you know? Mm-hmm. Oh, so cute. Anyway.
So then the next important thing that happens is that the Chancery Court is delayed. It's delayed 2 weeks, that the court date, because there's, like, some sort of backup. And he walks into the room, obviously a little bit worried. And everybody's like, what's the matter? And Freddie's like, did they say we have to leave? And he's like, you never have to leave. But he also knows that he shouldn't actually be making that promise. And she's also
there's not a problem with him making that promise, though, because he's already decided that, like, one of the options here is to just kidnap his own siblings and go back to New Orleans. Like, he's like, I'll give up my seat. I don't want to be Duke necessarily. Like, I like that I can make a difference in this world.
But that's the only reason I want
the status that I have.
Yeah.
But like ultimately, I'll choose my siblings. You know,
Yeah.
like, oh,
it's very true. I mean, not to mention that, like, not for nothing, even if they lived with great aunt Rosamond or Batilda or, you know, whoever else, he can still pay for them to go to Eton or whatever, you know?
All I could think during this entire thing, though, was like, you think great aunt Rosamond would say no to moving in with a duke?
Right? Also
and having
that.
all of her whims catered to?
Yeah.
Like, we don't ever meet great aunt Rosamond on page, so, like, maybe she wouldn't be interested in that, but, like...
Yeah, like, I don't think that Peter's understanding how far money can go when you're a billionaire. Anyway.
Yeah.
So the reason that they're worried about this is because people have still been sort of snooping around about Belvoirs. And they've also started connecting her older brother, the Duke of Roland, Nicholas, to Belvoirs, and his political rivals are telling people that he's like distributing seditious pamphlets through this library. And so she's like, a 2-week delay is a lot of time for my secret to either come out or me to be forced to come
ruin
out.
My brother's life. Yeah.
Yeah, so that my brother's life doesn't get ruined.
Please hold.
Yeah.
Extremely importantly, we don't need to go super into detail here.
Mm-hmm.
Freddie gets sick. He gets pneumonia, but we don't know it's pneumonia yet. But he has pneumonia, and we learn...
Oh, no, I think we do have to get into that.
So, like, they get ponies as a present, and they're, like, out and about, and then he ends up collapsing, and Selena ends up taking charge. He's a mess. He is distraught and broken and lost.
He immediately goes, like, almost catatonic.
Yes.
And they send Lou to go stay with Aunt Judith and Thomason, just in case it's contagious.
Yes, and I know we already talked about this last episode, about him and his half-brother named...
Morgan.
I
think that's right. I think that really is right. I'm a cool 97% that that's correct. Morgan, his brother Morgan. Am I right?
Oh my God.
You should see the look of just like impressed.
You're like 9 out of 10 on side characters.
Yeah, I don't understand what's happening. I'm just like cooking with gas over here. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, this was just a really touching scene because the way that this impacts the relationship in this book, though, is he ends up being fine. He ends up being taken care of, and he refuses to leave his, like, Freddie's side and all of those things.
Right.
Like, Selena brings in a doctor. It's Lydia's brother. He is like, this kid has pneumonia. I'm not going to bleed him.
Yeah. He's a good doctor.
Like, he's not going to George Washington this kid to death. And so Freddie's recovering. And then at the end of it, he looks at Selena and he's like, I am I'm such a waste of space because you took care of everything, and I just sat here like a lump and refused to leave my brother's side. And she's like, that was your job. This is what it means to have a partner in life, though, is that like we both work to our strengths. My strength is logistics and making things happen, and your strength is you. Loving your family so much and the people who are important to you, and just an endless well of support and adoration for the...
Yeah, and even if you don't see strengths in that moment, it's still a situation where one partner swings in with the other one, and then the next situation probably needs the other partner's strengths. And we find out that that's exactly what happens, because she's really worried about her secret getting out. And on the sly, she's like bought a cottage in Cornwall. She's bought herself a cottage for ruined ladies in Cornwall, as far away as she can go.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And the secret plan is like, if it comes out, then Peter can publicly disavow her and look better for the chancery hearing.
She ends up coming to him, actually, and she's like, actually, you should get ahead of it and come out as having disavowed me already.
Yeah.
You should be the one to, like, drop the knowledge that I'm in charge of Belvoirs and I'm enabling sexual education in the ton. Right. And
he's like before he knows about, like, the secret cottage or whatever, he is like, well, I mean, when do you want me to get the carriage ready? Because I imagine you probably want to, like, do some investigation, like, in the roles of Belvoir, right? Like, you want to go through the roles of memberships and see who you might think would do this to you. And she's like, yeah, actually, I probably would. And so they go over to Belvoir's together because he's never been there. And he, like, kind of wants to see what this whole thing is. Oh, my God. When she's telling him, when she's, like, trying to get him to get serious about the fact that they're, like, up Schitt's Creek without a paddle, she's like, no. Really think about this, Peter. Like, people will find out that your wife procures texts for sexual relations and, like, runs a trade library. And he looks at her and he goes, well, it sounds, like, so bad when you use the term procures. She's like, focus! God damn it, Peter.
You fascinate me.
Why? Again?
I was just reading the quote along with you.
Oh.
The quote that you were reading
I didn't
from
nail
inside
it.
of your brain parts.
I didn't nail it, though. I was off. I had to have been off.
Yeah, but also no. Yeah. You were off in the same way that, I'll put it this way, you weren't Batilda Rosmond off, you know?
Okay. Yes. I was more like Henry Hughes off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
I will say, though, this one interaction, I just need to read you the quote because it's one of the cutest, funniest things. He pulled back and framed one breast in the curve between his thumb and forefinger. You have, he said conversationally, stupendous bubbies. She twisted her fingers into his hair. Don't tease. I assure you I'm not. I've spent a great deal of time thinking on them. She blinked at him, dark brows drawing together. I have seen engravings, Peter. They are too small for larking. Now is his turn for bemusement. For what?
What?
For larking. At his expression, she paused. Is that not a common activity? I couldn't say. I don't know what that is. To put a man's member between one's breast and... She gazed up at him, her cheeks growing pink. Never mind.
Never mind.
He could not speak. All the blood had drained from his head. She was still talking. Blast it all, Belvoirs. So hard to know what is usual and what is not. She shot him a look of concern. But flogging? That's surely not usual. Is it? Flogging? Evidently he could speak, though his voice seemed to have attained an unusual register. Selena ground her teeth. No, obviously not. Damn you, Jean Levantil, and your peculiar interests. He tried manfully not to laugh. Are you interested in flogging life? Of course not. No. Her flush deepened. I suppose I don't know. Oh my God. He gathered her into his arms and fell back onto the bed. I beg you, tell me every last thing that you've seen in image or text that's intrigued you. I'm not sure there's time. He groaned. You cannot imagine what you do to me.
Oh.
And it's so fun. I was cackling.
It's so good.
Because, like, oh man, it doesn't have to be 1815 for conversations like that to happen at all. And it's always so funny where you're talking to somebody and you're just like, you're talking about things. And then you're like, oh, is that not?
Is that not a... Is my
that's
meter
pretty
broken?
Yeah, that's like you don't really realize how broken your meter is until you start talking to somebody, and then you're like talking about something like that's just an everyday occurrence, and they're like, "I'm so fucking sorry." What?
Pardon?
What is it that people do? Pardon?
Pardon?
And you're like, Anyway, continue.
Yeah. So I love this scene at the library though because she put up some really, really serious boundaries. She says, I couldn't possibly engage in sexual relations here because I am, in fact, a really good proprietor of a really serious business. However, I could watch you touch yourself while I touch myself. And so there's like a mutual masturbation scene. It's great.
Explicitly in this mutual masturbation scene, she's leaning against the desk and she puts her hand under her dress, penetrates herself and is sopping wet, and then pulls her hand out in front of him and puts it in her mouth. And when I tell you, Peter Kent almost expired on the spot.
Oh, yeah.
And frankly, same, bro. Fucking same.
So good. So good.
Doesn't he end up like, she ends up like sitting on the desk, and I think, doesn't he like go down on her on the desk? And then he's like, we gotta go. We need a bed.
No. They just touch themselves to completion. He keeps on saying, please let me touch you. And she's like, no, not at all. No way. And then finally he's like, once they both come, once she comes, I think. I don't think he comes. But once she does, he's like, get in the carriage. You're right. Yeah, he's saving it up. Oh,
yeah.
You know?
One of the things that was very sweet, though, is when all of this was coming out, he looks at her and she's like, it's fine, though. I have a plan. I'm going to go to solve this before all of this happens. And he looks her dead in her face and he says, you can go if you can look me dead in my face and say you want to go.
Yeah.
If this is what you want, I will not stop you.
Right.
But if you want to stay here and stand and fight, then I will stand by your side
game.
And fight with you.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's so sweet. And so then we end up zippy-zapping. And she's like, I need to talk to my family. I have to confess to my family.
Hey,
I need
you're
more
making a lot of
here.
noise on that desk.
Oh, sorry.
Stop bumping and grinding over there, Sabrina. Jeez. Just over there.
Is that what you think that sounds like in this household? Okay. Interesting. Man, I guess that's what everyone's going to assume when you don't know what to do with a dry penis.
I mean...
Huh. I'll never be a voice of experience again. They'd be like, don't listen to anything that person says. They don't know what to do with a dry penis.
Oh my God. It's that moment in Clueless where she says, like, and you're just a virgin. But instead, I look at you dead in your face and I say, you just don't know what to do with a dry penis.
Oh no, is dry penis about to be an embrace?
Might be on the reading embrace.
Fuck. Well, I know that we end up we have a routine, where like typically, historically, embrace prompts are things that continue to come back, and be talked about multiple times, like milk, or Chewbacca pinup, or, post-apocalyptic pussy and things like that. Sacred frat library,
Yeah. Yeah.
And dry penis has just come up a lot in this episode.
And dry
on a level that
as an insult
it's going to stick in
one
our
of my
head.
favorite things.
Oh my God. But you don't know what to do with a dry penis. Fuck. I did this to myself.
You did. Yeah, you manifested and manufactured it.
Fuck. That was not intended. I don't know if you can tell, listener, but dating's going well since I popped back in. Wow. People are going to be like, what do you mean? What are you busy doing? Recording. And I'm not telling them about the podcast because then they're going to end up listening to the latest episode. And it's any time in the next month and a half, they're going to end up listening to this, God forbid. And they're going to be like, man, that bitch doesn't know what to do with a dry dick. Dry penis. I'm not letting them anywhere near this.
No. We should redact this episode like from lists and stuff. You know what I mean? And yeah, while you're dating.
To be fair, I will say I've listened to the occasional previous episodes, right? And by that I mean most of them. Boy, we're very entertaining. Man, boy, there's a lot of things I've said live on this podcast that I'm like, I don't know that I need a potential partner to hear any of that. Oh, what do you record? Nothing?
Really serious crafting stuff.
I have
Big.
an England Times history podcast.
Yeah.
That's what I'll do is I won't tell them the name, but I'll just start like fully plagiarizing verbally actual other historical or like other podcasts that I listen to. I'm just going to start describing the Magnus Archives episode by episode, plot by plot to them. And they're going to be like, wow, that sounds like really great. I'll be like, yeah, I know.
No, it's really intellectual.
Yeah.
What we do over there.
Yeah, super.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no weird stories involved at all, ever.
Yeah. I
There's
know
no
what
really
to do with the dry
revealing
penis.
moment.
I know. And they're going to be like,
all you need to know
that was
is that I
said
know my
that
way around a
real
dry
aggressively.
penis. I want you to put that in your dating profile now.
What exactly is it you're asking me to put in my dating profile?
Knows their way around a dry penis.
All right.
Yep, please do.
Okay. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
What written prompt am I replacing? My most irrational fear. I go crazy for, and this year I really want to. I'll do
This year I really want to know my way around a dry penis.
Here, where is it? No, there's one here in here specifically that
This is going to get you a lot of dates, Sabrina.
Man, no. There's one where it's like my best friend's review of me.
Knows their way around a dry penis.
Okay. I could do in my friend group. I'm the one who knows their way around a dry penis. My friends ask me for advice about what to do with a dry penis. I'll fall for you if I don't have to deal with a dry penis. I'll brag about you to my friends if you don't laugh about my inability to do a dry penis.
Navigate a dry penis.
Navigate a dry penis. Oh my God. No, oh God. It might be a different dating site that I'm no longer on. My greatest strength.
Yeah.
Navigating a dry penis. Oh, my BFF's take on why you should date me.
Yeah.
Super knows their way around a dry penis.
Yes. That's exactly what you have to change it to.
Okay.
For sure. Don't worry.
Definite. My BFF's take on why you should date me. Definitely. No. Actually, I'm quoting you.
Okay.
What's the quote?
Sabrina super knows their way around a dry penis. Period. For sure. Period. No worries there. Period.
Melody.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm typing. Melody.
Oh, okay. Okay, you're attributing it to me. I see.
Yeah. Melody. As quoted. Live on pod.
Oh, shit.
There it is. It's a white screen for you, but it says, I'll take a screenshot. I'll send it to you.
I think that we have cracked the code, Sabrina. I think we've cracked the code on getting you really quality dates.
I'm curious to see how It's done. I saved it. If I go look at my profile right now.
I'm all about it.
It does, in fact. It's right there.
Well, now everybody knows
it
that
is.
You're masterful in your craft.
Yeah. Almost every single interaction I get on that dating site is because of one of the greatest pictures I've ever taken of myself in my life in the last 3 years. And now I can almost guarantee, I'd say 95% of my interactions on there are interacting with there. I wonder if this is going to hurt my chances.
It's a conversation starter.
You know, it is a conversation starter. And you know what? Frankly, if you can't laugh at my dry penis navigation skills, then
you're not funny.
We're not made for each other. We're not made for each other, you know? I think that you'll probably have a problem with other things, you know? Or
Absolutely.
judge. I don't need that judgment, right?
No. You don't need that in your life, in your psyche.
Yeah, if you're in my house when I'm recording, you're going to hear some shit, my friend.
Absolutely.
Anyway, so dry penises aside, what were we talking
where were
about?
we, I wonder?
Family?
Yeah. I think she's about to tell her family.
How did that
You
happen?
smart. Oh, you're just a hot genius over there.
I can't wait to listen to this episode and figure out. I'm sure you're going to cut most, if not all of that. However, okay, maybe
Not
a
if it's
smidgen.
funny. Not if it makes me cackle.
I will. Now this will be okay. So now we have Gopher Gate updates, and we have dry penis as a
Dry penis
dating
watch.
war.
No, dry penis watch is what we're doing.
That's. Oh my god! I haven't seen Library Nemesis in a while.
Good. Okay, so she
Family.
decides that she has to come out to her family as a librarian. Okay? And it is shockingly fraught for her, you know? But she tells them, everybody's like, hey girl, we would have been with you all the way. There's no reason for you to have kept this secret. And she's like, I know, but I'm just a trash human. And they're like, no, you're totally fine. But we are going to have to figure out, like, how to deal with this as far as, like, society and the courts and stuff are concerned. Because everybody's on board with team get the kids in-house, you know? So, oh, man. Oh, and this is where we have that conversation where Thomason says that she especially appreciates the fact that ladies can now get their hands on this information because it would have been really wonderful for her to know that she wasn't alone in her feelings.
Oh, my heart, Thomason.
Meaning same-sex attraction, yeah. For so long. She thought she was alone for so long. I think basically until she met Judith, right? That's my understanding. Anyway.
Yeah, mine too.
And Daphne, I think, was married before, and she's like, before I started getting, like, epically dicked down by your brother, it was rough, and I didn't know what I should expect.
Boy, she's not shy.
No, that is barely Melody fanfic.
She's not shy about the fact that Selena's brother is a badass at bed.
That is barely Melody fanfic.
No, that's actual canon.
Yeah.
Because, like, at one point, like, Nicholas, like, side-eyes her, like, girl.
Are we talking about this in company?
That's my sister.
And Daphne's like, fuck yeah, I will.
And my aunt.
Hold me
and
back.
My aunt's lover.
Nobody can stop me.
Good Lord. Yeah. Oh, and then it's so cute because there's a knock, and the butler walks in, and he's like, hey, Peter Kent here for y'all with guests. And they're like, okay,
cavalry.
let him in. And it's everybody. It's his lawyer and his lawyer's wife. It's Iris. It's Lydia.
It's Georgiana.
It's Georgiana. It's everybody. It's so sweet. And they end up coming up with
sorry, listener, we fucked up some timing things, though. Because before she comes out to her family, she gets approached outside of Belvoir's by, like, a hooded figure. And that hooded figure is Georgiana. To tell her that it is, in fact, her dad behind all of these rumors regarding Nicholas. And she's like, he found some of the books I wrote under my bed and knows that they come from Belvoir's, and so has like concocted this whole takedown scenario. And Selena is obviously like, holy fuck balls. You are the Jane Eyre of this. Wait, no. Who wrote Charlotte Bronte? Did Charlotte Bronte write Jane Eyre? I feel like that's right. You are the Jane Austen of this Gothic style romance writing? Holy shit balls. I thought you didn't know what a hat was every once in a while. And Georgiana's like, yeah, I'm really sorry. I kept on trying to tell you, but my father found the note where I wrote directly to you to warn you about his plans. And so now he knows that it is in fact you running things. And he's fixing to go nuclear.
Oh, yeah, he's on a warpath, for sure.
Yeah, and so Selena is like, okay, well, the one thing that I want to make sure you do is do not take any chances for me. You stay safe. Keep your nom de plume anonymous. Don't worry about me. I will fix it or I'll disappear to Cornwall. And Georgiana's like, okay, I guess, and lets her go. But now Georgiana's here and she comes out to the entire group about being this incredible Gothic novelist and her, public ruse.
Obviously, Lydia and Iris are like, I'm so sad that you didn't trust telling me yourself before now.
Yeah.
But also, Iris is like, so like, do you need a local archaeologist?
Yeah,
for you?
Hey, do you mind if I add some suggestions for the archaeology section of the library? That'd be great. Yeah. I want to make sure you're well-stocked.
And then Lydia, she gets over it too. She's like, I'm sorry that you didn't trust that you could share, but also I'm so fucking proud of you.
Yeah, and she starts noodling and she's like, everybody's like making their voices heard in one way or another, whether they're a Gothic novelist or running a library or, being an archaeological scholar. I've got political shit I want to say out loud, and I don't know why I couldn't do it anonymously through Belvoir's. So she's thinking about that, too, and it's very important for book 2, everybody. It's very important.
It's very important.
Yeah. Okay, so then Peter has a plan because she presents this plan of like running off and divorcing, having him annul her, nullify their marriage as if it never happened. And Peter's like, no, I'm never going to do that. Literally never. I'm all about you. I'm mad about you. And so what if instead of trying to like disappear into the ether, what if we just owned it? And she's like, that sounds like a very Peter strategy. And he's like, it is. Yeah.
Well, and specifically, the reason that he brings this up as an option is who's going to come out and admit they know about the Venus Library? Because the minute she takes ownership of the Belvoir's library, and you can no longer use that against her. Who's going to come out and be like, well, she also has porn.
Yeah, how do you know she has porn?
How do you know she has porn?
Yeah. And then everybody knows exactly who can use their membership against them, which I actually thought was kind of awful. Does that make sense? I don't know. Maybe not, because like everybody's such a fucking hypocrite about it and they have so much power anyway. But I did have this moment of like, I don't know. It feels like akin to journalistic integrity or, the sanctity of confession when it comes to feminism and sexual education.
As somebody who has
I felt icky in my tummy
about like, if somebody who I have trusted with certain information about me, if I found out, or like, some of the things, I mean, it's a little different now so that I scream about that. I mean, we've had how many minutes of banter about dry penises live on podcast today?
Yeah.
Clearly things have changed a little bit over the last 3-ish years.
Holy balls.
Are we coming up on 3 years?
I actually think we are. Oh my God, that's bananas. Ah!
Time is a state of mind. Anyway, so we are, oh God, but like, yeah, it made me feel a little squicky. I was like, this feels like I understand where she's coming from. And because we're in her head and Peter's head, we know that she would never do it. Like, this is, you know, it's the glass hammer, right? Like, they're not ever going to actually use it because it shatters everything.
Yeah.
But, boy.
And she never...
I struggled with it.
Well, I want to say she never explicitly makes a threat, but she does kind of explicitly make a threat.
She does explicitly make it out loud. Okay, listener, we're going to run forward. So they have decided to do this thing. They show up. They start dropping hints around society that she owns Belvoir.
Don't they actually take out a note in the paper, or was that just an idea? No, he just said he's like, I'll fucking take something out in the paper talking about how amazing you are and the fact that you're revolutionizing sexual health in 1815 England. Like, I'm not ashamed of you, wife. No. So they do have a plan, right? So they're going to drop little hints. Lydia's going to use her working class contacts to like spread it around the ton. Georgiana's going to start saying things like, oh, hats and the Belvoir Library at like miscellaneous social calls. Iris is going to drop things in the like 2 times a month that she leaves her house. Other than, you know, leaving to scream at the, you know, the procurers of the British Museum for, you know, theft. Right. But they're going to make it an open secret that Selena is the one who runs Belvoir's and specifically the Venus catalog. And so I don't know, look, everybody ends up showing up at Belvoir's and I don't remember why. Maybe it was an open house. Maybe they decided to have a party there. I don't know.
It's just that people are being there because they know that this is now the hot place to be if you want the hot goss. Got it. They've just been having a huge influx in people, whether it is people visiting as a +1 or a +2 for somebody who's a part of the library or like what happens. But the whole thing for the last 2 or 3 years has been that Selena has never been seen with one of these books. She has never been seen inside of Belvoir's. And this is very important because essentially it gives her plausible deniability. Like, what do you mean I own it? I've never even been there.
Right.
And that kind of thing. And so now they're all going and they have it planned. Around. She has all of her backup. She walks in. She ends up going up to one of the women there.
Who are trying to give her a cut indirect.
Old society matrons.
Yeah.
Dowager duchesses and all that. And one of them is a guest or on the roll, and the other 2 ladies are not. And she's like, oh, hey, it's so good to see you. And then she not so subtly references some kinky erotica about apples and milking and like
a book that this duchess or this countess or whatever has checked out like 35 times in 2 months or something. To
the point where she just bought another copy for the library because this woman held on to it for so long at a time.
Yeah. So she references it out loud as if it's something as if components of it happened in real life, and she uses it to leverage a hypothetical dinner invitation. Like, oh my gosh, I would love to, have some of that sauce that you made out of apples that blah, blah, blah. And lady's like, yeah, I would love to have you. Golly, it's going to be such an honor.
Yeah, and then she like looks at her buddy dowagers and she's like, you'll be there too, right? And they're like, and she's like, you're gonna come.
Uh-huh. And then finally they relent and accept the invitation. And Selena's like, oh, I cannot wait to see you there. Thank you so much for your hospitality. And then moves on. And that is when, what's his butt, the Earl of Overthorpe, maybe, comes in. And he's like, I'm coming to get you. And I'm here to say it out loud to everybody. And so Selena takes him like back, and Georgiana is with her because that's Georgiana's dad. Is that his? Did I do
Say it again?
Olverthorpe?
Oliver Thorpe.
Oliver Thorpe?
Oliver, Alver.
Oh.
Melody.
Wow. What's happening? Are we in a different timeline?
Do you ever... Man,
Have I entered a different dimension?
You know, have you ever heard that thing, like that, like kind of halfway joking thing where it's like everybody has a superpower, but like, or like, it's like, what if you had a superpower, but it's just slightly wrong?
Yeah.
It's slightly ineffective. Is this your slightly wrong superpower? Like you can remember every side character's name in a book. Almost.
Real close to it.
Almost.
I'll get like in such proximity to the actual name. You'll be stunned.
Wow. Just damn. You're just
That's crazy.
I'm impressed.
Thank you.
I'm impressed.
I'm shocked.
I'm impressed, Melody. I'm impressed. Continue.
Yikes. So, yeah, Georgiana's there and her mom is there, and he is making big threats. And so finally, Georgiana has enough. And she's like, I'm the one who's writing all these books. I'm doing it so that I can make enough money to get away, like as far away from you as I possibly can, because you're the worst. And he's like, no, you absolutely would not. And she's like, I am. Right now. I'm leaving. I want nothing to do with you. Like, ugh.
I am so feral for her book.
I know.
Like,
September.
Oh my God. Continue.
Yeah. Well, so then he's like, all right, Georgiana's mom, you get over here and we're leaving. And Georgiana's mom is like, no, I'm staying with Georgie. And now they're broken up, I guess. Their England time's broken up. Yeah. I guess. They're estranged, if you will. I believe they live in separate households or something.
Well, yeah,
now.
because Georgiana and her mom end up, moving to the Spencer
Somewhere.
cottage. What's her butt? Selena.
Selena sets up something for them or something. Anyway, so Oliverthorpe is taken off the chessboard, and now all we have to deal with is this Chancery Court appearance. No, I'm sitting down.
Very importantly to me, Sabrina.
Yeah.
They walk out of it's the end of the day. It's a successful day. Everything goes back to goodness after Lord fuck asshole
That's the one.
leaves, and they walk out the back door into the alley.
Yes,
and there's
importantly
a couple
to me too.
in a tryst with him bending her over so deep over his arm and like snuffling into her, and there's giggling and joking, and it's so cute. And it's Lord and Lady Eldon.
Oh my God.
Lady Eldon is just so cute to me. I love her. She is so bubbly and just so... She's just cute.
It seems like she might have a Minnie Mouse laugh. Yeah.
Yeah?
Like a... kind of a situation. I feel like that's Lady Eldon's laugh. Or close to it. Anyway, so yeah, they catch them in this tryst. Okay. So now we've got the Chancery Court hearing. I think is the basically last thing that is in the book, right? Okay. So they show up to this Chancery Court hearing, and basically Lord Alden is like, tell me why you deserve to have the kids and why you want them. And he tries to be like, am Duke, much rich, very support, all the advantages of life or whatever. And Lord Eldon is like, no, I want to know why you deserve and want the kids.
Yes.
And he kind of stutters a bit over this because it's so, I mean, it feels to him like such a personal thing.
He's not prepared.
No.
Yeah, he's not prepared for this question.
Yeah, he's ready for ethos. He is not ready for pathos.
after reading this book, I don't know that he was prepared actually for any question.
Quite. I think that's a fair assessment.
Like, bless you, you're very sweet, Peter, but did you not think you were going to have to speak in front of these people?
Well, yeah, but I think he thought he would just have to say Duke stuff, you know? He wouldn't have to talk about how much he likes the kids individually and how much he loves them and how important it is that he stick by his family and, you know, all this stuff. So he has a hard time doing it, but he does do it. But then there's a big ruckus.
There's a
big
ruckus
commotion
in the back of the room. And then the doors go flying open. One of the very, very slightly aforementioned present ponies from Aunt Judith and Thomason is being led, and by led I mean dragged, down the aisle with Freddie on top and Lou with her rapier. And they come down that aisle and hollering, "Don't you dare take us away from him. If you try and put us anywhere else, then we'll
run away.
Run back."
Yeah.
For the first time, Freddie spoke. His voice was quiet, and Peter had to lean forward to hear him. If the boy hadn't been atop the pony, Peter wasn't sure he'd have heard him at all. He wondered if that had been what had got Freddie up onto the pony's saddle, the desire to be heard. "We want to live with our brother and his wife," Lou put in. "We want to live with the Duke and Duchess of Stanhope and our cat," Freddie added. Very important, listener. Peter got them a cat at the very beginning of the book. The cat is already in their possession.
Lou,
they were already in possession of
said at first.
Yes, but most importantly, they did name the cat Peter.
I think that's the only reason Lou came around.
It was very amusing and lots of confusion when they'd be like, "Hey, I think he wants Peter. Oh, I'll go to him." "No, the cat, stupid."
Yeah.
Like, it's very
my
cute.
God. At one point, because a lot of the chapters open either with like snippets of correspondence or like her marginalia, if you will. One of my favorite ones was from her twin brother, Will, and he says, "How is Peter?" I am, of course, referring to the cat and not the person. So good.
There's something I love about an animal with a human name. It just brings me a lot of joy.
Plus, this is classic trolling. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know? It's so cute.
Why am I not shocked that you're like...
That I loved it?
My favorite thing about these little quotes, because, like, to be clear, there's a lot of really fucking great ones. And Melody was like, my favorite.
He gets trolled from America. It's so funny.
Yeah. So then, "It's our home," said Lou, her voice fierce. Peter had the abrupt sensation that he was going to unman himself utterly and start to cry.
Yeah.
"It's our family," Lou went on. "You can't take us away because of some stupid law." She bit down on her lower lip. "If you try it, we shall run away. We'll run back to Stanhope House. You can't keep us prisoner at some stranger's home. You simply can't do it." "That's enough," said Lord Eldon, his firm voice cutting off Lou's impassioned rhetoric. "For heaven's sake, girl, there's no need for such dramatics." And then he basically looks at them all and he's like, "I was going to give them to you. So, like, let's just call that done." Knock it, and then he just knocks his gavel and waggles his wigged head. And he's like, "We're done. Now can you get the horse out of here before it shits everywhere, dude?"
Yeah, like, can a man make people jump through some hoops, okay?
And then Peter does have the thought. He's like, "Okay, this is beautiful. This is amazing." Everyone, like, hugs, and it's adorable. And then Eldon looks at Peter and says, "I'm glad you're not going to break their spirits. However, you might see fit to remove them from this chamber before this animal despoils it." And then, like, he and Selene are, like, collapsed into each other with, like, relief and joy. And "They're ours," he said stupidly. "Yes, there's a horse in Westminster." She laughs. "Yes, I think we're responsible for removing it, and I hope you have some clever ideas about how to manage that, because I'm not entirely certain that horses can descend stairs.
Truly.
And I love that he just, that's one of Selena's strengths is logistics. And he's like, how do we get the horse out of Westminster before it poops?
Show me your beautiful brain, Selena, okay?
Show me your beautiful brain, you know? It's the most beautiful brain, and also, oh God.
Yeah, so they're together forever. They've got the kids. At one point, listener, we forgot to tell you, but it's just important to me right now. We forgot to tell you that one of the ways they got Lou to accept her governess.
Oh.
What? No, one of the ways they got Lou to accept her governess was telling her that if she didn't run her off for 3 weeks, then Selena would take her to a private pugilist match. And, like, that's just what the rest of their lives look like.
One of my favorite things, both in real life and novels, is hearing about child bribery.
Oh, yeah.
Forms of child bribery.
Mm-hmm.
I love the wicked power that children wield. And the best part is that so many of them have no idea. And then there are some that know exactly what they're doing.
Quite. And those are the ones you really have to watch out for.
Lou, Valor.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Look out.
Listen, Linda.
Listen.
Okay? Lou, and I'm not saying that Lou was inspired by Valor.
Sure.
You know? But I'm also not saying that there are some parallels that can be drawn, you know? Yeah.
Valor could play a mean Lou on TV, you know? That's all I'm saying.
Oh, my. Hey,
she would really understand the essence of the character.
This is just a soft beseech melody that if this ever gets opted for a movie or a TV show or something, that you do look a little bit into the deeply problematic market of child actors.
Stars. I like it.
Child stars, yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah. All right, Sabrina, what is your lady love?
Sorry.
That's okay.
I had one more thing. Sorry, I was not done yet.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, like no, you're fine. My brain was just like, compute. No. So no.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. Okay, so very importantly to me, because we didn't talk about it, but during the marriage, they both forgot to get rings because it was so fast. And so she like plucks a hairpiece out of her hair and twines like the metal brackets together, basically, like metal wire, and makes like fake rings for both of them. And in the like epilogue, he gives her an actual ring, and it's like a beautiful gold ring with an actual emerald, because he's like, you can't be seen with the Belvoir library books.
Yeah.
But you should get to wear the color as a reminder of everything that you've done and how proud you are. And she's like, oh, I love this. And puts it on her right hand. And he's like, that's the wrong hand, hun. Yeah. And she's like, no, I'm going to keep the other ring. And he's like, it turns your finger green. And she's like, uh-huh.
And it's perfect.
But it's our wedding rings. And it's so cute. And I just love it so much. Okay. Lady love.
Yeah.
My lady love is since being back in town, I went to my first derby game.
Fun.
It's the first home derby game, and I got to see like old friends, and like it's a completely different team. I mean, it's been 8 years since I played, and it was just, it was so wonderful. I forgot how warm and fuzzy that whole community makes me feel, you know?
Good.
And it was just got to see, and I like being able, like getting to see the people who are still playing even now, like people who started playing before I ever started and are still playing. Oh my God, my knees could never, but like, it was really nice. It was really nice. And I might go skate every once in a while, and
hell yeah, you should.
Yeah. I also found out that me and my derby wife from back in the Gap are incidentally basically neighbors.
Nice.
We both bought houses in like the same / next to each other neighborhoods. And I was like, girl.
That's awesome.
Let's fucking go. Anyway, so that's my lady love. It's, revisiting and getting to be a part of a community that deeply love.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What's your lady love,
Supporting a
Mel?
community that you love.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to do my best to get through this, but bear with me.
Oh no, are you about to cry?
Hopefully not. No. Okay? Cool it, Sabrina.
Is that what you meant by trying to bear? Okay.
So, all right, listener, the inside baseball scoop on the past couple of episodes is that we're behind on recording again. And the reason for that is because the original slot that we had to record this book, I ingested the straw that broke the camel's back, snippet of news. And I tried so hard to just postpone my feelings or just get over it so I could do my job. And I couldn't. And Sabrina very sweetly and very, very erroneously asked me if I was okay. And I was like, I don't know that I can talk about it without dying. And then I did talk about it. And so I derailed our whole recording by sobbing all over Sabrina's very sturdy virtual shoulder. And after wonderfully processing all of that with me, we recorded a Patreon episode instead, okay? And so this has been on my mind a lot recently. And it's something that's really hard for me to navigate because I have a lot of social media anxiety in general. But it's also tough because I want to honor what the show is about. So we don't talk about a lot of current events. We'll talk about current events in our life. We'll reference current events if it's something that's really on our mind. But for the most part, we try to keep the show a joyful, celebratory, bonding, community kind of space, right? And we do that because we've gotten so much feedback, whether it's emails or comments or whatever, from a lot of you saying I don't know that I would have made it through this horrible life event if I wasn't listening to the pod. It's like my comfort listen. And
yeah,
I'm so honored by that. And I take very seriously that ability to do that for someone, right? One of the phrases that is foundational, at least to my experience of the romance genre, at reading the romance genre and being in the romance community, is the phrase "joy is an act of resistance." And I firmly believe in that. It's one of the reasons that we do Lady Loves at the end of every episode. I like our self-care recommendations, right? Because we want to make sure that we're pouring into our own cups. And I like being a sanctuary for people. However, I've been thinking about this a lot recently, partially because I don't know how to navigate talking about things that I find important or things that I believe in outside of the romance community or romance current events, while also being able to be a sanctuary for people. So this is my gentle reminder that joy is absolutely an act of resistance. Joy is part of the resistance. For a lot of us, that means that reading is or can be an act of resistance. especially reading a genre that is created, I mean, overall by marginalized groups of different types, right? Mm-hmm. But that is only part of the resistance if you are part of the resistance. Sometimes I feel like, self-care and like these ideas get a little bit co-opted, to be like the live, laugh, love of the current moment. And so in the timeline that we currently live in, you can only claim joy in that context if it is paired with tangible actions. So yes, pour into your own cup, but like at this point, everything that's going on is not political anymore, in my humble opinion. Mm-hmm. It's not. Like, off the top of my head, the news that broke the camel's back that day was finding out that either because of, general bureaucratic stupidity or just overall ignorance or laziness or whatever.
Gross negligence of some kind.
Gross negligence of some horrible kind. Instead of getting 500 tons of food that was earmarked for hungry kids in Iraq and Afghanistan, already purchased to the tune of like $800,000, instead of getting it to them in a timely manner, it expired. And so U.S. aid the decision was made by the people in charge now of U.S. aid to spend another cool $130,000 in taxpayer money to incinerate it instead of feeding, I think it was like 1.5 million children for a week is the amount of food it was. And I just lost it. Like, this isn't political anymore. It's about human decency. It's about human rights. It's about literal survival in a lot of places. Like 60,000 people have been killed in Gaza, and 17,000 of those are children. And like, if it was a Democratic president who was directing thousands of people to be detained and deported without due process, I would still be losing my mind. It's not because it's a Republican administration. It's not because it's MAGA. It's because it's wrong. It's because it's not the way that we should treat people that deserve human dignity, basic human dignity. Like, I mean, at this point, U.S. citizens are being erroneously deported. People are being denied medical care in ICE detention centers. Like, and so it has to, we've got to do something, every one of us. And especially the people who, like me, whose like immediate area and network are not metaphorically or actually on fucking fire. We are the people who have the bandwidth to do the most. We're the people, a lot of times, who have powerful voices, or we have more resources that we can put towards support networks for protesters, or, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be big. It can be like education, disruption, like a huge scale, small scale, whatever that looks like for you. If you're not a person who's comfortable or physically able to go out and protest, there's a lot of behind the scenes positions and gaps that you can fill and still make a difference. Even if it's one call to your representatives a week or a day, even. Like, one thing I realized recently, because I was feeling, I know this is stupid, right? But I was feeling like oddly disenfranchised. because I already knew that the representatives in my state agreed on certain issues with me. So, like, I couldn't even call, you know? Like, what's the point of calling if they already agree with you? I thought to myself for a minute. But it still makes a difference because every single one of those calls and opinions gets logged. That gets recorded to not only be accessed by your senator or representative, but also by others. It's something that your rep can point to and say, 30,000 people called me last week about this issue alone, right? Like, so it still matters. I know it seems a lot of times like we're screaming into the void, but it's better than not screaming at all? Question mark?
Yeah.
So to me, this isn't right versus left at all. Like you can.
No,
you can
I mean we've been
down,
dealing with things like we've been dealing with things that are it's beyond like we've been dealing with things for a very, very, very long time, long before the last decade, right? That it's not just politics anymore. It's politics are human rights, and like just. I think the biggest thing is you had a good reminder, but I keep seeing this a lot floating around of people being like, oh yeah, well prove that you're doing that. You don't know anything. Like,
no,
take action do you need to do, but it doesn't need to be performative the way that a lot of people that I'm seeing on various parts of the internet. Like,
I think a lot of times that hurts. Like, performative shit hurts the actual resistance, if you will, because you feel like you're expending that energy, but it's just like scattershot into the void and like nothing happens. You know, like I feel like a lot of people, especially in the bookish community, are channeling their overall uncertainty and unhappiness and fucking fear into things like the goddamn PETA and what's his name? The Hunger Games,
Gale?
PETA versus Gale bullying Allie Hazelwood off the internet or whatever. Like, that's what people are doing with their energy. When, like, that doesn't help anything, actually, you know? We can do so much more productive bullshit with that kind of energy and anger and motivation. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, you can want to shut down the borders completely without supporting Alligator Alcatraz or like the rest of the ICE detention centers that are already full and have already been functioning for years as the same type of concentration camp, just like without merch. We can want policies that are different without actual human suffering in this absolutely egregious way. So I think my new standpoint is, in this timeline, the resistance has to be tangible. That doesn't mean it has to be loud. It doesn't mean you have to tell everybody about it. It doesn't mean that I need to be all over Heaving Bosom social media doing that. It can be public. It can be private. It can be in the background completely. You know, it can just be support. It can be national marches. It can just be donating to your local LGBTQ shelter. Like, it just has to be intentional and it has to be tangible. And in this timeline, we need to earn our joy, I think. Because otherwise, joy is not part of the resistance. It's the means by which you're keeping your head in the sand. I don't know, like, if the resistance isn't tangible, then I think we're just in the early stages of that Martin Niemöller poem, you know? Maybe it's not a poem. Maybe he just said it, and it's always sounded like a poem to me.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Sorry. It's like, first they came for this group, and I didn't speak out because I wasn't that group. And then it was this group, and I didn't speak out because it wasn't that group. And, you know, he goes through the different groups that the Nazis came for. And then at the end, it says, then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me.
Yeah.
You know? So that's the sort of timeline we're living in. I don't fucking care what your politics are. I do, right? I do. But like, some shit is so egregious that we have to be able to agree it's not okay. Like, it's wild to me that people are like taking pictures of their kids outside of alligator Auschwitz or whatever the fuck. People are, I don't understand. And I would love to be a sanctuary, and I want to keep doing that, and we are going to keep doing that. But this is maybe it was intended to be a gentle reminder and has turned out to be a not so gentle nudge. Sorry, everyone. The resistance has to be tangible.
Yeah.
That's my lady love. Okay. All right. Keep being a badass.
Love yourself as much as you love knowing your way around a dry penis.
Hey. Hell yeah.
Love yourself as much as you love having a logistics partner. Because you are a chaos partner.
Ooh, yeah, indeed.
Mm-hmm. Love yourself as much as you love a small child with a rapier leading another small child on a pony.
To assert their fucking rights is what they were doing. Asserting their rights. Making their voices heard. Telling the establishment what the fuck they need from them. That's exactly right.
And love yourself as much as you love just a gentle beseech. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
A gentle, soft request.
You laid some groundwork. If you wanted to do a marathon on that groundwork, we would be here for it. Is all we're saying.
Just throwing it out there, you have support, you know?
Yeah, we're here for you.
Now that I've given like 6 of those things. Love yourself as much as you love, I guess, changing your dating profile live on podcast.
Changing your dating profile for the bit is for sure how much we should love ourselves.
I'm a little bit surprised that good Lord.
I'm enamored of you.
I'm going to end up with the weirdest fucking messages now, Melody.
Yeah, and then,
I already know it.
You can figure out what to do from there.
That block button's going to be getting some exercise, I suspect. I don't block a whole lot. I don't block a whole lot out of nowhere, but there are certain things that I will block for.
If you need to parenthetically add to that line, this is not an invitation for a dick pic, I would be fine with that. Mm-hmm. Just add a really clean parenthetical statement after attributing the wisdom to me.
I think I'm just going to leave it.
I mean, look, I'm just saying, there are other options.
I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it because this one you can't send pictures on. And
perfect.
So, they can't send, so I'll get the vibe,
Yeah,
before,
absolutely.
If they strike me as somebody who's going to send unsolicited dick pics because I made a comment about, boy, in this economy? For free?
For free?
Mm-mm.
What? All right, bye.
Bye. Gremlins. We're fucking gremlins.
Thank you for coming back again this week and for supporting us here on Patreon. We love you. Next week, we'll be back with our discussion on The Time Traveler's Wife by Audrey Niffenegger. I hated it, so it might be a fun one. See you next week.